Namaskar, I'm Ashok Vyas, and this Insight Tonight with Ashok Vyas program is very, very dear to me because this is bringing so much inspiring as well as experience backed information, insight for us with the help of two friends. And both of them will be doing justice to the theme that we are talking about, and that is converting disability into ability and how that is being accomplished by Pranav Desai and Sparsh. We'll learn from both of them. Namaste. Welcome.
Namaste.
Namaste.
And Sparsh, with you, I take this opportunity of congratulating the organization which is founded by Pranav and Prime Minister Narendra Modi mentioning a not-for-profit is very, very special. So we will share that clip a little later. But let me request Pranav to tell us how this voice of SAP was formed and the journey so far very briefly.
Yeah, first of all, thank you very much, Ashok ji, for having me on your program. It's nice to be again on your show here. Um, Voice of Specially Able People, as the name says, it's an advocacy organization that is voice. So we speak for the rights of people with disability, how to create inclusion of people with disability with a very different narrative. The narrative is focusing on ability of disabled people because unfortunately we have been tuned with unconscious bias to see the disability in the disabled person while we miss out ton of abilities that is possible which can be harnessed and harnessed not for welfare and good, yes, that is there, but more so for the economic expansion because it's a 1 billion population. So, with that perspective, Voice of Specially Able People that I started back in 2017 formally as a nonprofit in the US. The background to that is I'm also polio survivor since age of 4, did engineering, MBA, came to the US since in 99, and I have been working in sales job as a sales leader, vice president of sales for the North America for a business unit of entity data, which is $21 billion company. So that was the inspiration. I'm working there for last 15 years. That if a polio survivor can do a sales job in America, how could I do that? Because America is accessible. Because I have all the technology solutions, assistive devices to have a hand control car and all that anywhere I go. I thought about how can we, when it comes to giving back to country, how can we do what we should do in India? Fortunately, knowing our Honorable Prime Minister since 1988 when I was a LD engineering student, we have a very good personal bond. And he keeps on, we're talking about what all we can do in Gujarat and all that. In 2014, we got the right opportunity. And I was very active on his campaign in that first election as a prime minister, came up with the manifesto of what all he can do in the government. Fortunately, 7 things we could get in the agenda of the government. And then fast forward, we felt more responsible because he is really committed for empowering specially able people. So then we reciprocated with what we should do to continue that journey and expand the impact.
So I want to
Yeah.
clap on your personal journey as well as this organization which is giving back. And I'll come back to you, but I want to bring in Sparsh now. And Sparsh, if we continue with the thread where Pranav was referring to America offering accessibility and easy way to kind of be functional. But I would also request you to look at the other side, which relates to mind. And I have had the pleasure of meeting you and your father both, and I think I would be happy if you share something about how our mind may make or break what we do, whether we are disabled or not. It is all here. Talk to me about that, and you are a motivational speaker also. That makes you even more qualified.
I mean, I guess I don't want to speak in terms of qualification, but I have My life story is different. Everyone's life story is different, right? We all have these unique stories that only we can express and use to change other people's lives. And that said, I think there are two levels, right, to what we're talking about here. The first level is the level that, mentally, right? I've heard people say that the only true disability in life is that of a limiting attitude. And I think there's no better way to really say that. Although, of course, people like us, we may have our own like different weaknesses that come as a result of our conditions. But what I like to tell people is that we are not disadvantaged because we're disabled, or we're not disadvantaged because we're disabled. We are just differently advantaged. The best way I explain that is like, maybe you are great at being on the TV, Ashok ji, but maybe sports isn't your thing, right? You're maybe really bad at like a certain sport like soccer, but you do great on the TV. So just as that, those TV skills and that personality is your strength, and maybe soccer's your weakness. In the same way, we have these different weaknesses because of our conditions, but those are just different thing. Like those, you cannot. I think what society has been doing, as Pranav uncle has basically been saying, is because of unconscious bias. For so long, society has been just looking at what we can't do, right? And so what it's really important for people in society now to see what we can do, to see, as Modi ji said, the talents, right, that we all have. As Divyang people, and even those of us who are not, we need to see things in an equal perspective.
Absolutely.
So I hope
Sparsh,
that
very, very, very well said. And we many times focus on what we cannot do, whether we are disabled or not, and that is limiting factor. And the self-imposed limitations walk with us wherever we go, because we don't see beyond that. And what we hear from Sparsh and Pranav is definitely going to help us think differently about ourselves also. And Pranav, while Sparsh was mentioning that Ashok uncle, you are good, or he's at great at on television, I would say that I appreciate his generous way of looking at the way I relate to you. But what I'll say is I'm not good at sales. The way you have done with, of course, your MBA in engineering, and then in America, it is incredible. But many times people say that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is the greatest salesman. Of course, he comes with his heart rooted in his love for Bharat. When you heard about reference of organization founded by you, coming and becoming a part of Man Ki Baat, what was your response? Were you aware that it is going to happen in advance, or it was with everyone else that you came to know about it? Pranav, you probably are muted.
Okay, yeah. So yes, it was known to me in advance, yes, but exactly how it will come and what he will say, those things were obviously not known. So I was pleasantly very, very satisfied and happy, and more importantly, that it brings lot more responsibility to voice of specially able people and their volunteers and our supporters, everybody.
Yeah. So
Because when
Pranav,
Prime Minister,
let me interrupt you and let us share what Prime Minister said about
yes,
Divyang and how your organization is helping.
yes,
We'll play that clip from
yes,
Man Ki Baat.
yeah,
Thanks to Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji.
sure.
मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, टेक्नोलॉजी की ताकत कैसे सामान्य लोगों का जीवन बदल रही है, ये हमें हमारे आसपास लगातार नजर आ रहा है। टेक्नोलॉजी ने एक और बड़ा काम किया है। ये काम है दिव्यांग साथियों की असाधारण क्षमताओं का लाभ देश और दुनिया को दिलाना। हमारे दिव्यांग भाई बहन क्या कर सकते हैं, ये हमने टोक्यो पैरालंपिक्स में देखा है। खेलों की तरह ही आर्ट्स, एकेडमिक्स और दूसरे कई क्षेत्रों में दिव्यांग साथी कमाल कर रहे हैं। लेकिन जब इन साथियों को टेक्नोलॉजी की ताकत मिल जाती है, तो ये और भी बड़े मुकाम हासिल करके दिखाते हैं। इसलिए देश आजकल लगातार संसाधनों और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को दिव्यांगों के लिए सुलभ बनाने के लिए लगातार प्रयास कर रहा है। देश में ऐसे कई स्टार्टअप्स और संगठन भी हैं जो इस दिशा में प्रेरणादायी काम कर रहे हैं। ऐसी ही एक संस्था है वॉइस ऑफ स्पेशली एबल्ड पीपल। ये संस्था असिस्टिव टेक्नोलॉजी के क्षेत्र में नए अवसरों को प्रमोट कर रही है। जो दिव्यांग कलाकार हैं, उनके काम को दुनिया तक पहुंचाने के लिए भी एक इनोवेटिव शुरुआत की गई है। वॉइस ऑफ स्पेशली एबल्ड पीपल के इन कलाकारों की पेंटिंग्स, इसकी डिजिटल आर्ट गैलरी तैयार की है। दिव्यांग साथी किस तरह असाधारण प्रतिभाओं के धनी होते हैं और उनके पास कितनी असाधारण क्षमताएं होती हैं, ये आर्ट गैलरी इसका एक उदाहरण है। दिव्यांग साथियों के जीवन में कैसी चुनौतियां होती हैं, उनसे निकलकर वो कहां तक पहुंच सकते हैं, ऐसे कई विषयों को इन पेंटिंग्स में आप महसूस कर सकते हैं। आप भी अगर किसी दिव्यांग साथी को जानते हैं, उनकी टैलेंट को जानते हैं, तो डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी की मदद से उसे दुनिया के सामने ला सकते हैं। जो दिव्यांग साथी हैं, वो भी इस तरह के प्रयासों से जरूर जुड़े। मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों,
तो बहुत बहुत ही प्रभावी प्रणव, ये जिस तरह से कई लोगों ने पहली बार देखा होगा कि आपके द्वारा किस तरह से क्रिएटिव एक्सप्रेशन को एनकरेज किया जा रहा है, उसको वाइडर रीच मिल रही है। तो मैं भी बहुत इंस्पायर और प्रफुल्लित हो गया हूँ ये देख के। हमारे कई दर्शक भी हो रहे होंगे। प्रणव, आपके पास आने से पहले मैं स्पर्श से एक अनुरोध करना चाहूँगा कि वो जब गाते हैं तो भी एक अलग समा बनता है। और भारत प्रेम की बात जब आई है दिव्यांग संदर्भ से प्रधानमंत्री जी के द्वारा, तो स्पर्श कौन सा गीत आप हमारे दर्शकों तक पहुंचा सकते हैं?
Sorry, forgive me. I'm going
Yeah, so
back
which
to
song
English here.
will you share?
Yeah. No, all good. There's this beautiful song that I love from a movie that I loved watching when I was little. And I'm not going to really say much. I will just sing it because you will know what it is. कुछ करिए नस नस मेरी खोले, हाय कुछ करिए, कुछ करिए बस बस बड़ा बोले, अब कुछ करिए, हो कोई तो चल जिद फड़िए, डूबे तरिए या मरिए, हाय कोई तो चल जिद फड़िए, डूबे तरिए या मरिए, चक दे हो चक दे इंडिया, चक दे हो चक दे इंडिया, चक दे हो चक दे इंडिया, चक दे हो चक दे इंडिया।
क्या बात है स्पर्श, बहुत धन्यवाद है। वंडरफुल। एंड आई रियलाइज व्हेन वी लिसन टू स्पर्श इवन विदाउट म्यूजिक, it is the same tuning to the inner harmony which happens automatically. And Pranav ji, back to you about the website and how you scout for the talent and the kind of paintings that you have, we have seen just now also displayed by Prime Minister. So talk to me about this aspect of your organization, reaching out to them, sharing these paintings, and what else is happening on this platform?
So like I was telling, that Voice of SAP has like huge focus on technology. We are one of the leading organization leveraging a lot of technology, latest technology like natural language processing and things like that, also with data science students of Berkeley for research and all that. So we are focusing on how disability sector can benefit with the technology. With that in mind, we have created a mobile app for finding accessible places. We created art platform. We call it Art from Heart with the theme of disability. And we had this contest which 4,200 artists from around the world have participated from 53 countries. And that's where we found amazing 250 beautiful artwork which touches your heart. And first time in the world, such virtual contest with all the 9 judges in UK, America, and India doing all volunteering and participation by very, very good artists. That is where we created this art gallery. And this art gallery, you can also see Ashokji and all of the viewers. I would suggest it's very simple on our website. If you go voiceofsap.org/art gallery, simple. Just view that. You'll be inspired. And that's what Modi ji was inspired when we launched it. He sent a very nice letter from Prime Minister office in Delhi to here in my Los Angeles home. He loves this type of use of technology for people to really get visibility. All these disabled artists and others, they got tremendous global visibility. So one of the artists that you saw, Sri Lekha, she has now students from America, so that is helping her living. She can't eat by her hands. And still she is now making good enough money with students in America. She got a contract from one of our associate volunteer in Bay Area for her paintings, for doing new paintings. So these are the kind of opportunities through technology we are giving to the artist community. So that is one. And second is assistive technology, which Honorable Prime Minister spoke about. When I met him, even in 2015 when he was in Bay Area, that's what I was, that India can lead, take a global lead. We can be the export hub in next 2 to 3 decades. That's the vision. In like we helped the whole world with vaccination in COVID period, assistive technology to make it affordable because right now it's very expensive. So Indian innovation is needed. I give you example, a head mouse. For somebody without having hands in America, how do they use computer? There is a head mouse with sensors and all that, they can do typing. That is $1,500 cost. Indian innovation, $200.
Wow.
And that's where we want to help the whole world, African countries, Indian people, of course. And that's where Voice of SAP came up with the idea of launching world's first very amazing 3D exhibition. And that is open 24/7. And there are so many innovators from US, America, Germany, Japan, and India, but primarily India, because innovations is happening under Honorable Prime Minister's leadership far beyond that what we think here in India, America. It's really happening. And that's where this products, you take smart cane, $30. The smart canes are otherwise sold couple $100 in America. And these are patented products. So what we have done is this exhibition that Voice of SAP has launched. Again, Prime Minister was very, very happy. He sent another nice letter when we launched this virtual exhibition of assistive technology products. Idea is that let's put technology to use. And we are very, very thankful for Honorable Prime Minister to support our initiatives like this because we all know he loves technology. And that's what we are doing uniquely in disability sector, having the understanding of how technology can help common people, whether they are artists or if they need some help, this platform they can find technology products to really enable them.
So, I think you are incredible, and what work has already been accomplished by this platform that you have founded, it is beyond anybody's imagination that this can be done, which is already there. And I'm happy that through this program also some more people would become aware of it, and there could be another Divyang brother or sister who might take advantage of some of these products or may join hands with you in extending more help to people. And I would like to bring back Sparsh, who is brand ambassador for this organization. And Sparsh is not only a lovely I would say child, because he tells me uncle, but he is amazing person with the kind of energy which would uplift everyone's spirit. And Sparsh, you of course have your recognition in different ways, but being brand ambassador to this VOSAP, what it means to you, and your association with VOSAP so far?
Yeah, I mean, see, as an artist and as a person, I always love being associated with and working with, philanthropic causes that are very dear to me and close to me, and that, I really, the biggest part about me as a person is that I want to leave this world better than I found it, right? So, any way that we can do that, and any organization that is helping to do that, I'm always ready to join hands with them. And so, when I found out about Pranavji and I found out about his story, right? I mean, it was a perfect fit. We immediately realized that this was going to be the beginning of an amazing journey. And so, being the brand ambassador for the past 4 years, it's been a huge blessing. I mean, we've literally seen in these past few years the organization go to such big heights, in increasing awareness about people with disabilities worldwide. Not just through the art gallery, but also through the virtual exhibition, and through everything else that we've been doing, being affiliated with the UN, right? I have personally been able to do my part by last 2 years we did online galas for Voice of Specially Abled People, where we basically we showed that art gallery 2 years ago, and then we opened the virtual exhibition this past year in December. So in those, I've been able to use my platform as a host of the event, as a performer, as a facilitator for all these amazing events. And so far, we've been, able to raise so much money. We've been able to do like a food drive. We've been able to help people, hardest hit during the COVID pandemic, and just being able to raise awareness about that to so many more people. It's a huge blessing. And
Sparsh, once it's not just my clap alone. I mean, thousands, maybe lakhs of people are clapping for both of you, and especially what you just shared tells us how little we do, and we think there is so tiny little bit that we can contribute, and that again, as we were talking earlier, is self-imposed limitation. Pranav, you have seen beyond the structured frame with which we are raised by society, and you have made others also see beyond that. What next? And since both of you are here, would you like to think about helping those Divyangs who have the talent of singing or dancing, and of course with the help of Sparsh, to provide them some additional platform which benefits them as well as serves the society at large in its own way? Pranav.
Yeah, so there are very many ways, Ashokji, that we are looking at the growth path. One important thing is that we have a very popular program that Sparsh said, raising funds. $100 can change one life forever in India. So we raise those funds to give assistive devices. Now, obviously, some devices are more costly, $300, $500. But idea is that let's give these assistive devices to enable people so that they can have education, so that they can have mobility, they can have employment, they can be self-dependent. So the whole model that Voice of SF is working is on empowerment. We believe that human potential must be harnessed. So on our website, the big next thing is that obviously we are promoting the assistive devices and assistive devices adoption, but at the same time we have also started employment related activities. So we have right now around 115 jobs available only for people with disability, Divyang, in India. And we are inspiring company CEOs and leadership to come out and identify jobs that person with disability can do easily. So I'm very happy that with our advocacy, a lot of our volunteers are also CEO and CIO and leadership position in very big companies. So we are able to get through the message. So that is also important that we provide them the jobs, provide them the technology solutions, and promote the Divyang artist, and
Pranavji,
that
yeah,
singer and all that can obviously
yeah.
be added in
And
the
indeed,
mix.
Pranavji, you have such a wonderful vision. You are not just visionary, you also realize dreams and execute your vision, help your dreams see reality through sustained hard work and sustained focus. We all are enriched by having you among us. Both of you are incredible asset for not just for everyone, I would say. And as we conclude our conversation, once again, I would like to congratulate you,
Thank
especially
you.
recognition by Prime Minister Narendra Modi is indeed it it uh, it it inspires you to do more, as you said. And I would request Sparsh to leave us with another song. And if you want to sing that Teri Mitti Mein Mil Jawa, I love that. But any other is also okay.
That also works. I love Teri Mitti. Okay. ये मेरी ज़मीं अफसोस नहीं जो तेरे लिए सौ दर्द सहे महफूज रहे तेरी आन सदा चाहे जान मेरी ये रहे ना रहे ओ मेरी ज़मीं महबूब मेरी मेरी नस नस में तेरा इश्क बहे फीका ना पड़े कभी रंग तेरा जिस मुंह से निकल के खून कहे तेरी मिट्टी में मिल जावा गुल बन के मैं खिल जावा इतनी सी है दिल की आरज़ू तेरी नदियों में बह जावा तेरी फसलों में लहरावा इतनी सी है दिल की आरज़ू
Wow, wow, wow. Very, very good. It was incredible sitting with Pranav and Sparsh and learning a lot about voice SAP. I'm speechless in terms of the extent to which you have not only conceived how help can be extended by identifying where it is needed and also empowering so many people. So, as the expression goes, hats off without having the hat. So, I'll just bow my hand to you, hands to you. And my guests today, Pranav, Desai, and Sparsh Shah, and you have seen what they have done, and we look forward to supporting them in our own way. So, good wishes for them, and thanks for being a part of this conversation. This is Ashok Vyas. Namaste.